My name is Katrina, also known as 4Hooks, 4Loves on Instagram and Ravelry, and also my Etsy shop is 4Hooks, 4Loves. So welcome. This is a knitting and crafting podcast, video, YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it. I have wanted to do this for, my goodness, at least 2 years now, and I've just kept putting it off, and I'm definitely one of those who loves to spend my spare time, if I have a free minute, knitting, watching YouTube podcasts while I'm knitting. So, and I always enjoy seeing new ones pop up, and I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Anyways, so maybe I should share a little bit about myself. Coming to you from Toronto, Canada, just outside of Toronto, Etobicoke, Canada, and it is the last day of January, and it's been pretty cold here. Actually, we've had a cold snap the last week or so, where it's been like, oh, I don't know, -20s, feeling like -25 or so. But today's not too bad. I think, I don't remember what it is today. I haven't spent too much time outside today. Probably, I would say somewhere around -10-ish, which that's all degrees Celsius. So it's still cold. It's funny to say that that's warmer. It feels warmer, but it's, you know, whatever. It's January. It's part of living in Canada. And I'm one of those people that if we're gonna have winter, I want a real winter. I want to see snow, and I want to enjoy it. And I'm happy with it as long as it's during the winter months. But, you know, come March, I want to start seeing change. And unfortunately, that usually doesn't happen where I live. Sometimes March is pretty dreary. And the cold drags on, but it's okay. You know what? We make the best of it. So I live here with my husband and our 4 kids and my dog, Monkey. Her name is Monkey. Everybody gets confused about that, but that's actually her name. She's a mini schnauzer, and she's super duper cute. We got her first. She's our oldest, I guess, before any of the kids came around. So she is 6 months older than my oldest boy. So she's 10, and my oldest boy is 9. He'll be 10 in April. And then we have a 7-year-old boy, 5-year-old girl, and an almost 2-year-old boy. I still keep calling him my baby. He's gonna be 2 in March. He was born March 2020, just when all of this, you know, worldwide pandemic sort of hit, and it was quite eerie having to go to the hospital at that time. It was just when everything here in Toronto was starting to shut down, and I think I was one of the only people in the hospital. The entire hospital was dark and quiet. It was like a ghost town. Anyways, you know, so he was one of those, and I was one of those moms who sort of had the baby during lockdown and stayed home with him. And he's sort of super attached to me now, more than any of my other kids, because he never went anywhere. He's only ever known home and us. So he's getting better though. And obviously I love to knit in my free time. I have recently just taught 2 of my kids to knit, my 7-year-old boy and my 5-year-old girl. So every now and then they pick it up and sit when mommy's knitting. So I think that's super cute. And I like to do other crafts too. I So I learned to knit when I was really little, maybe 8 years old, something like that, with my mom showed me, and I think my grandmother used to knit a lot as well, and it never really amounted to anything, you know, just a really long, scraggly sort of scarf. But you know, I guess I abandoned it, as every kid does. They try new things and walk away. And when I had my first son in 2012, he was born in April, and then I think around September, October, I had booked, decided to take Christmas photos, and I wanted him to wear like really cute hats and things, and I just started searching and stumbled across some YouTube videos on crocheting and how to crochet hats, and I thought, you know what, I'm home every day with him, why don't I just give it a shot? It sounds fun. So I did. I followed some videos, I think it was by the Crochet Crowd, and it started, I think I did a first one, it was with a loom, like a round loom, and it came out way too small. It was like a Santa hat, way too small. So then I did it again, and it was adorable. See if I can find the pictures of him actually, and I'm not very techie. I'm gonna see if I can figure out editing and whatnot. If I can, I'll put in a picture, but no promises. Yeah, so eventually, so that led to, you know, he had almost a new hat like every other day for that winter, and it was so fun doing that, and that was all crochet, and I loved it. And then I just continued crochet for the next, I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years. And then around 2016 I had my daughter, and when I was on that maternity leave, towards the end of 2017, I just sort of got an urge to pick up knitting needles again, and I went and I bought a set at Michael's and started, and I think I was following some tutorials. Oh, who was it? Be Hooked, Brittany from Be Hooked. And I did that, and I made the big braid beanie by Premknits, and I don't have it here with me to show you, but I loved it, and I was addicted right away. So it's almost like I abandoned my crochet hooks and just dove right into knitting, and it just took off from there. But I do still enjoy both, and that's sort of how my name 4Hooks, 4Loves came to be. Was I started with just a little pack of 4 hooks that I grabbed at Michael's one day with my son to try to make him some hats, and then I incorporated my 4 loves, which was my family, animals, crafting, and traveling. So it's just a little bit about me. I am a full-time teacher. I just returned back to teaching full-time this past September, 2021 September. This year I'm teaching grade 3s and 4s, elementary school. I love it. I love it. It's the best being around kids all day. They're just amazing little characters, and such full of life and full of personality, and makes you want to be a kid again. So that's a little bit about me and where I'm coming to you from. So this podcast will be basically showing you things I'm working on, knitting. I also love to bead weave, so I do bead weave little tiny charms, and I use them as stitch markers and progress keepers on my projects sometimes. And well, not sometimes, all the time, but I do have from other ones that I purchase from people as well that I use, so you know, everything's in rotation. And I'll show you a little bit about that after. And so why don't we just get started? All right, I hope you can hear me. I actually didn't test the volume, but and I was thinking about wearing my ear pods, but I'm gonna see how this one goes, because honestly, I keep calling them ear pods, AirPods. I don't love wearing them. They're not the most, I don't find them the most comfortable. I don't know. But I mean, I do wear them and I do use them a lot. But if I can get away with doing this without wearing them, then I will. But if I need to use them, I will also do that. Okay, so let's get started with, I guess, FOs. Let's do some finished objects. I'll start with what I'm wearing. I love it so much. So I am wearing the Palm Your Knits tee by Knitting Tipsy, and I started knitting one of these last spring in a little cowl that some knitting friends of mine, we just decided to do together, the 4 of us, and it was actually a completely different color, the one I made, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And when I finished it, I wanted right away to start another. So I did. And I grabbed these colors out of my stash and I started knitting away. But here's what happened. So the first one, I've got it here. The first one is this beautiful bright neons. I love bright colors. Here we go, I'll show you. Here we go. I haven't woven in any ends yet. So here's the story with this beauty. This was made out of Spectrum Fiber yarns. Goodness. I think it's called, the pink is something about flamingos. I think Flamingos on Parade or Pink Flamingo or something. And this beautiful pinky orange is Neon Peaches. And oh my goodness, I knew I had to make something fun to wear in this color because this color is so me, especially for summertime. So when I started knitting this last year throughout the pandemic, so I told you I had my baby, my 4th baby, and while I was on maternity leave, you know, we couldn't go anywhere. No excuses, we just couldn't go anywhere, and it's on me that I didn't really get up and move much. But obviously I had the baby weight, I gained some weight. Then in the fall I had hurt my leg and I couldn't really move much, and long story short, I ended up gaining a lot of weight. And so when I made this, at the time I made it a size that fits me. I believe I made the extra large, and when I finished it, it fit me as well, but it fit, but it did feel a little bit too baggy, but it still fit. But in my mind at that point, when I finished it last May, I think it was, or June, in my mind I had already been fed up with myself and said, you know what, that's it, we are changing things around. And I joined Beachbody, which, if you haven't heard of, it's just a workout program that I can do from home, and it taught me a lot about healthy eating. And I do these quick workouts at home, usually 30 minutes. I started with 21 Day Fix and moved on from there, and I just started losing all the weight that I wanted to lose, and just got healthy and in shape and felt happier. And because I started losing some weight, this shirt, which was already a little bit too big on me, just became humongous. So about a month later, when I decided to cast on the new one, which is the one I'm wearing, I cast it on in a large. So, gosh, I love these colors so much that I don't want to just let it sit there. So I'm gonna rip it out, I'm gonna frog it, and I'm gonna reknit it. I debated if I should use the yarn to knit something else, like a tank top or something for summer, but gosh, I love it so much, and I love this top so much that I'm just gonna knit another one. And the one I'm wearing now, I knit it in a size large, and it's perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. I love it so much. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just decided here with you that that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, because this yarn is just too pretty to go to waste. It's calling out to me, and it needs to be something. So let's just pop this over there and we'll take care of it later. Okay, so the one I'm wearing, I will stand up and show you. I absolutely adore it. Here we go. So this gorgeous color. I love everything about it. I love the drape. The style is totally me. Okay, I am wearing pink joggers. They don't go together at all, but you know, I'm at home and that's what I'm wearing today. So here we go. You see the drape. I didn't alternate skeins. And I'm happy with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, I love the way the colors landed. So, oh, I have to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. All right, so let me see if I can remember. This one, I don't have the yarn labels with me, as at the time that I made it, I didn't save them. This beautiful purple one was by Lane and Lotus yarn, and it was called Soul Sista. Soul Sista. Sista? Am I saying that right? I think so. And it was a 75-25, I believe, fingering. And then this one, the main color of the body, I actually found this label. This is Crooked Kitchen yarn. Crooked Kitchen yarn. It was actually here in Ontario as well, Ontario, Canada. And it's actually a 70% merino and 30% silk, which I think is what is giving it this amazing drape. And the color is Mischievous Grin. I'm so happy with this yarn that I'll probably be buying more of that base, because it is just, oh God, it's so soft. It's so soft. Sorry, just a side note, I just cut my hair this weekend. I had hair, oh my gosh, all the way down my back, curly, and I just got a haircut on Saturday because I needed a major refresh. I'm still getting used to it, but I just love it. I love it so much. When we cut it, we had everything sort of curled like big waves. I don't have a curling iron or a wand or anything. I actually just ordered one yesterday, so it should be arriving today, you know, thanks Amazon. And I dyed it this blue-black color, and I love it, but right now without the curls, I'm still trying to get used to it, so bear with me. I know I'm probably speaking fast and touching my hair a lot, but I won't always be like that. Yeah, so that's my Palm Your Knits tee by Knitting Tipsy. Okay, actually, now that I think of it, I think even though I have been knitting and crocheting for so long, this might actually be my first, is this the first garment that I have ever made and worn, like myself, finished. I have some other things which I might talk about, which are so close to being done, but they just got put aside. Like maybe they only need some seaming or something like that, which is ridiculous. I should totally finish it, but I'm really proud of myself that I made this and it fits, and it's totally my style. So thanks, Knitting Tipsy. Okay, so the next finished object I want to show you is something I actually also started working on in 2020 in the fall, and that was the Stephen West Knits Slipstravaganza MCal, and I totally fell behind. Again, I had a newborn, 3 kids who were learning online thanks to the pandemic, and life was just crazy, and there wasn't much time to knit or to keep up with the MCAL. So I had started this and it got put aside, and then in spring last year I decided, I love this so much, I need to finish it, I have to. So I did, and I finished it, I think in June last year. And when I finished it, I was so happy, but I just let it sit there in a pile. I never blocked it. I didn't do anything. And so about 2 weeks ago, I decided I'm gonna block it. So I wet blocked it, and ta-da! Oh my goodness, it's so big and beautiful. I cannot get it all in the frame, but hopefully you can see it. I'm trying to look through the yarn. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I have worn it so many times since I blocked it. There's a few ends that still need to be snipped off that I haven't done yet. They were all already woven in because I did that as I was going. Oh gosh, it's just, I have never made anything like this. And let me tell you, if this wasn't an MCAL, if this was just something Stephen West posted and said, here, there's a new pattern, I would have been way too intimidated. Is I never, I mean, up till then, my knitting skills were just sort of chunky hats and cowls. That was it. So the fact that it was just one clue at a time, and he did so many incredible tutorial videos step by step, and just like, what is it he says? Say yes, don't stress. And if you're too many stitches on one row, if your count is off by 1 or 2, just fix it the next row. And so that's what I did. And here we go. And I love it. So the yarn I used is a mix of, well, it's all fingering. Let me see, what did I use? So it was, oh, it was from my stash. That's right. I had purchased from Montana Crochet 3 yarns that went so amazing together, like 2 years prior to that, with the intentions of making, I think, the flat iron shawl. And they just sat there and I never got around to it. And then I decided I was going to use them for this. So I believe, okay, the beautiful purpley one right there, I think she called it Cabernet. This one was my favorite, with it's dark with sort of like these multicolors in it of these green and blue and like a burnt orange. That was called Nebula. I don't remember what she called this sort of mustardy one. I've been trying all morning to remember, and I didn't make a project page or write it down, and I should have. And then the lighter main color that was carried throughout, that was from Lane and Lotus, called Welcome Home. And I just think they're all going so beautifully together. Oh my God, look at that. Hope you love it. So if you ever see something like this and you're not confident in your skills, I mean, just try it. Like, never in a million years would I have ever thought that I could do this. But one step at a time and one stitch at a time, it all came together. And I did everything he recommended, like same needle size, same yarn type, yarn weight. And this thing grew so much after I blocked it. I mean, it was already huge in the first place, but I don't want to take it off, but I'm going to, because I love what I'm wearing too. So I'm going to move that aside. And what else did I want to show you today? Oh my goodness. Okay, so for Christmas, my little guy who is almost 2, I mean, what do you get an almost 2-year-old other than clothes? Like, I mean, toys wise, he's got older brothers and sisters. Like, he's not into baby toys. And there's so many toys already in the house. Like, we just purged so much and there's still so much. So I saw this adorable pattern by Mama Made Minis, this crochet pattern for the stuffy. And I do like to make stuffies once in a while for my kids. And it's, I decided this is what I'm gonna make him. So we got him a little like dump truck that moves and makes sounds. We got him that. And I made him this. Come on, look at him. I mean, can you even look at the cuteness? Ah. And he's like got this empty belly, like you don't stuff him, you just stuff his head. And I can't, and he's made out of blanket yarn, so he's so smushy and squishy and lovable and cuddly. So this is the Bohosaurus. She's got 2 patterns. She's got a mini one too. I didn't realize just how huge this was gonna be. I think I'll probably make the mini one next. That might be an even better size. But so I was so sad because when he opened it up, like, he couldn't care less about it. Thankfully, my other kids loved it. But my little guy, Ben, he was just, I think he was so overwhelmed with everything going on Christmas morning. So then a few days later, like, he started to ease into it, but mostly he just loves to throw this guy around and tackle it, which I think is hilarious. But the fact that it's blanket yarn makes that okay, because it's not gonna, it doesn't ruin it or get it all felted or anything like that. So my other kids want one now. I don't know if I'm gonna make another one. I went nonstop for 2 days trying to finish this guy, and because I hadn't crocheted in so long, my hand was so sore. But I used the recommended hook size, the blanket yarn, everything. And these were just colors I had in my stash. It was Bernat blanket yarn from Michael's, but it was in my stash and I just wanted to use it up. And it used a good amount of it. And the colors worked well together, so that's good. This little dino sits on our couch and every now and then gets tackled, but he's getting love, I promise. He's feeling the love in this house. So that was the Bohosaurus. Another project I just recently finished, maybe just before Christmas, or I don't remember, is this hat. Sorry for the crinkling. It's called the I Need That Hat. I Need That Hat. And it was a kit that I purchased from the Crafty Jackalope, and it was a collaboration between the Crafty Jackalope, Yarn Bowler, and To The Max Yarn Co. And which color did I get? Oh, I got the Crafty Jackalope color. So let me put it on and show you. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I only wear this sort of on our milder temperature days because it's made with so the Crafty Jackalope color is a worsted weight yarn. It was dyed by To The Max Yarn Co., who now rebranded to Frankie Gray Fibers. And it's a worsted weight, and it's held together with, oh, I'm so sorry for all that noise. So this is the yarn, the Crafty Jackalope colorway. And it's actually held together with this, can you see that? Let me see if I can. It's like this really thin strand of like shiny silver yarn string. I don't even know what you call it. But it has these rainbow colored sequins. So when you're knitting with it and you're holding it double, like with the yarn plus this, like on its own, you would think that this is so tacky and probably feels scratchy. You don't feel it. Guys, you don't feel it. Like, let me come closer. Can you see? Can you see the sparkle? When I go out, when I wear this and it's a sunny day, oh my goodness. Like, I can't tell you how many people stop me and ask me about my hat. It's the best. It's the best ever. I can't wear it on our really cold, like -25 days because it's just worsted and that won't keep me warm at all. But on the milder days, like when it's 2 degrees Celsius, or even if it's like -5 or something like that, I can get away with it. And it came with 2 palms. I paired it with this fun pink one because, again, I told you I love bright colors. So this is me, but it also came with this very neutrally color palm, and it's from the Yarn Bowler. So it's got these little foam buttons that you and the ribbon that you just tie it on, and it's great because it's removable. I've always only ever tied on palms to any hat that I made. It never even occurred to me when I was starting to knit to sew them in. Like, I don't even know why people would do that, but to each their own. Anyways, so this is my Crafty Jackalope hat, and oh my goodness, I love it so much. Now my hair is going to be staticky. I don't know, does this happen to you? Like, since I cut my hair, whenever I get a haircut, I get so much static for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. Anyways, besides the point, moving on. Something else I just made recently was this hat. This is a pattern that I just had made it up myself, and it's just sort of my go-to pattern. I have a hat that I wear all the time. This is it. It's the pattern. It's just a combination of knits and purls, and I use loops and threads, cozy wool, and I love cozy wool for just a really quick, cost efficient, economic, very warm hat. I always get so many compliments, especially with this blush palm. So I love this pattern so much, and I wanted a charcoal gray color to go with the scarf that I have. That's mustard and charcoal and cream, but they don't make a charcoal gray color in this hat. So cozy wool is a weight 6 yarn, and I've made so many things using this yarn, and I love it. It's one of my favorites, and it wears really well as well. But they don't have a charcoal gray, and that's what I wanted. So I picked up some of the Lion Brand Woolies charcoal gray, and I guess even though they're both a weight 6, like a super bulky, the Lion Brand, I guess this is so much, it's bigger, it's heavier. I didn't, compare like grams or anything like that, but you can tell, like, look how much bigger that is. So it's a lot bigger, and I'm gonna have to just rip back a little bit at the top, I think, to make it work. And I think that'll be fine, but I love the palm that I paired it with. Where did I get that palm from? I think I ordered it from, goodness, who did I order it from? Either Rose and Pearl or, I want to say Wild tell, but they're not. Warehouse 22. Could have been Warehouse 22 or Rose and Pearl. And it's, I don't remember what it's called. Fireworks or campfire or something. But look at the different colors in that yarn. Oh my goodness. It's like a bluey gray with like a mix of green tips and like a burnt orange tip, and oh, I love it. So anyways, this hat's gonna need some work, but I've been putting it off because I don't really want to work on it. Okay, so that's all the FOs that I have right now, and it's already been 35 minutes. I hope I'm not boring you or talking your ear off too much. I mean, I hope you're interested. Oh dear, I hear my little guy just woke up. He was napping. It was nap time, so it was perfect to do this, but let me see if he goes back to sleep. Oh, I lied. I did have another finished object. It's right in front of me. So I tried to make socks, and I loved it. I got like a little slipper sock, and I used Peyton's Croy. I don't even know what the colorway is. And I followed a little tutorial from Kay of A Crazy Sock Lady Co. on YouTube, and I really loved it. Like, I'm not very flexible, but let me see if I can. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. But then I went to make the second one, and my tension must have been so off because it is like, okay, look how much bigger that is. I did the same amount of stitches, the same needle size. I did everything on magic loop. I started the first one on 9-inch circulars, and it was making my hand cramp up so much that I switched to magic loop. And it wasn't my first time doing any of it. So these are just like house socks and slippers. All right. So now I'm really finished with the FOs and moving on to whips. I'll show you my first one. It is living in my Ginger Snap That gnome bag. I love gnomes so much. So I am making the Radvent. So I had an Advent from 2020 from Polka Dot Creek. And then this past Christmas, so for 2021, I got an Advent from Story Weaver Yarn. So these are both Canadian dyers. And I had no plans. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do with the one I got from Polka Dot Creek. And then I really wanted to get the one from Story Weaver Yarn this year as well. And I didn't know. And then one day I was watching Vlogmas, and I was watching MD Quilter, and she was wearing the Radvent cardigan, and I loved it. So I bought the pattern, and that's the Radvent Cardigan by Amba O'Brien. Let me just move some of these things out of here. And I got started right away. So this is the right side. Okay, let me see if I can get a better shot of that. There we go. So this is the right side. It's worked from side to side. So I'm just loving how all the colors are going together. It's just really funny because I hate stripes. I don't like striped anything. I never buy anything with stripes. I don't know, I guess I don't really consider this, I mean, some of them are very bold and stripy, but some of the other ones are just sort of so similar. They just blend into each other. Anyways, so this is the Polka Dot Creek side. That's the Polka Dot Creek Advent. Okay. And then a couple days ago, I started the left side, and this is using the Story Weaver yarn. Except the cuffs, for the main color, I'm using the main color that came with Story Weaver yarn, and that's the one for the cuffs, and it will be what I use for the button band and the waistband as well. See? Oh my goodness. And it's working up so fast because I'll just want to complete a whole color and move on to the next color. So it's like, it's just always moving along. Oh, I better put those back in here. Anyways, so that is that. And I am knitting, I'm using the needle size that they recommended in the pattern. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Using it on my Chaigu needles. And I am knitting, I think the 47 inch. Yeah, I think I'm doing the 47 inch because I wanted one that has a bit more ease. I hope I chose the right size because I really do want to wear it. I have a habit of picking things that are always like picking sizes that are too large. I hope I didn't do that this time. Anyways, moving on from that, the other whip that I have, okay, guys, help me out. This has been at a standstill. My husband says I'm crazy and I should just continue. So this is the Shawlography MCal, the Shawlography by West Knits. I started it along with everyone else during the MCal in October. Sorry, I've got yarn everywhere. I don't know what's happening. Okay. And this is as far as I've come. Let me see if I can spread that out. There we go. So I did the welts. I did whatever these things were called. Honestly, it's been so long since I've worked on this. I don't even remember which, I don't remember which section I'm on. I think I marked it up on the pattern, so if I go back to it, I'll remember. But I'm at a standstill because here's what happened. When I chose my colors, I loved it so much. Like after I did my Slipstravaganza, I said, okay, I definitely want to do the next MCal, but I want to choose like brighter neonish or like pastel colors because I saw people who had it in those colors and I loved it. But, okay, so let me just show you the colors first. Okay. So there is this one, which is Ching Fiber, and this is also Ching Fiber. I think this is Gelateria and this is Peachy. I've had them both in my stash a really long time. This beautiful slub yarn is Prism. This is from Hello Stella. So everything was from my stash. I didn't purchase anything new for this project. I'm trying to use up my stash, but I also still buy stuff. This one is called Club Tropicana, and this is from Spectrum Fiber, and she's in the UK. And this is Telekinesis from Ken Yarn. So I loved all the colors together, and then when I started knitting it, first thing I thought was there wasn't enough contrast. I thought a lot of them just looked sort of too much the same. But my husband was like, no, 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 keep going. It looks great. You know, don't give up. And then, again, obviously I fell behind with the clues. And then when everybody finished it and was posting all of their finished Shawlographies on Instagram, and I was trying to avoid spoilers, but it never fails with Instagram. You're bound to see a spoiler. So I saw how it ended with these sort of like diagonal-ish stripes. And I don't like stripes, so I wasn't feeling it. And then the fact that I already wasn't feeling the colors too much got me wondering if I should even finish it or if I should just frog it and like try to use the yarn for something else. And I'm stuck. I still honestly don't know what I want to do. Part of me is like, just finish it. You know, these shawls always turn out incredible. But then part of me is also like, God, you chose these colors that are so springy, summery, but it's a shawl. Like, you're never gonna wear a shawl in spring and summer, and those colors won't necessarily work with my winter wardrobe. So I don't know. And then I was, regards to the last section with the stripes, I was looking around, and I know there's people who have changed the ending and done different things, and I could easily follow the instructions of one of the ones that I like. So I'm not sure. Long story short, I'm not sure. Hey, maybe tell me what you think. Tell me your opinions in the comments. Should I continue with the Shawlography but change the ending? Or should I just frog it all and put the yarn in different projects? I don't know. I don't know. I'm honestly really, really stuck on that one. And there's other projects I also really want to knit. So I'm like, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. That'd be great. Okay, so upcoming knits, things I am going to be casting on shortly. Okay. Okay. So I have this yarn here that I got from To The Max Yarn Co. Again, just before they rebranded. It is called Unicorn Hair, and it is, oh my gosh, this beautiful like pale gray with these denim-y blues and I don't even know, like speckles of pinks and greens and fuchsias, and it's so pretty. And I just picked this out online, like from their website, and it's just even more gorgeous in person. So my plan is to make, oh my goodness, what's it called? The Cinnacardi by Maven Crafted. So I got a bunch of these, and I wanted to, so it's a DK pattern. So I wanted to do it with a fingering and a mohair held double. So I'm taking a risk here with the mohair. Maybe I should have done suri, but I just often get itchy with the feel of something like when it's got mohair, but I tried to buy one that has a lot of silk in it. So anyways, so I went to the knitting loft and I brought this with me and I said, I need help. I need to find a mohair. I'm thinking light gray. And they were like, hey, how about a pink? So I was like, yeah, I love pink. So I got this Le Petit Silk Mohair from Bichet Bouche. And it's gonna go with this guy. And I think they're gonna marry so beautifully together. I just can't wait to cast that on. I really can't wait. That's gonna be good. Okay, so that I'm hoping to cast on sometime in February. I really wanted to finish my Radvent before casting on a new cardigan, because I actually want to make sure I finish it. But I'm so tempted to cast on. Okay, the other things I want to do. Okay, so this is my Sundry Cowl. I love this cowl so much. I wear it every day with the hat that I showed you. That's in the same color. Oh, it's so beautiful. This pattern is from Stitched by Sarah S. Again, it's called the Sundry Cowl. Like, come on, it's perfect. It's a little narrow at the top. It goes wider. She wrote the pattern for Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. Using that, and then I made it using cozy wool. So mine, again, the cozy wool is a little bit smaller, even though it's categorized as a weight 6, super bulky. So mine is not as wide at the base, like the shoulders, even though I did some increases, but for me, it's perfect. So I'm actually going to be casting on another one of these in this exact same color. I just have to pick up the yarn because when I was up at a cottage over Christmas, just after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, with a friend of mine and her family, and her aunt was up with her, and her aunt loved my hat and cowl set so much, and they had actually purchased a hat from me for their aunt, the same hat in this color with the same color palm, a couple years prior. And when she saw my cowl and how I wore them together, she loved it, and so she asked me, and she's been begging me for one. But we're just now coming out of a lockdown again, so I'm hopefully going to be able to get to Michael's and pick up some of that yarn, because life's just been really busy and I haven't had a chance, and I really want to make this for her and send it off to her because she's just so excited about it. She's so excited. Yeah, so I've got to get that done. I also recently purchased a hat pattern by Wilder and Rhys called the Rhys Beanie, and it's a worsted weight beanie. I'll see if I can pop in a picture. I don't know. I didn't print out the pattern, but it's worsted weight, and I don't, again, my Crafty Jackalope hat that I showed you is the only worsted weight hat I have, and I really love the way it feels, especially on those milder days when you still need to wear a hat, but you don't need something too heavy. So I went through my stash and I found a couple options. So I found these two Woolies worsted colors. So this one is Oatmeal and this one is Canyon Sunset. I feel like this one might be a little bit too, it is like a pinkish, but it's like a little bit of an orange tint to it. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, do I need another hat? No. But I really like the pattern. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the Oatmeal one. I don't know. Or I also found this a few years ago. I used to subscribe to the Knit Crate yarns, and I've never once made anything from the yarns. I think I got them for maybe I got about 6 boxes. I don't know. And then I had canceled it. And I found this in my stash, which is Uru yarn. And the colorway is Wolves. It's 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. Worsted weight. So soft. I do love the little stellina in it. So I was thinking maybe blue. Like blue is fun. Navy is fun, and it's a tonal. So that's an option too. Or maybe I'll just make a few, and whatever I decide I don't want to wear, I will put in my Etsy shop. That's always an option. So that's for the Rhys Beanie. Okay, then, so was it Boxing Day? I think there were a couple sales going on, and I picked up, I've always had my eye on lollipop yarn. What did she call these, like gobstopper balls or something? And she had this color called Happy Birthday, and I thought that would be so fun since I want to attempt to make socks again. Should I take it out of that bag for you? Why not? Here we go. So I ended up getting this on her, which base was it? Quintessential base. It's an 80/20. Like, come on, look at those colors. Imagine some fun stripy socks on your feet. Here's the thing. I hate socks. I hate wearing socks. But when I put on that little hand knit sock that I made, and it feels so good, like a slipper sock, I thought, why not? Let's try. Maybe it'll make me like socks. So, and this is the mini that it came with. I forget what it's called. What did they call that mini? I don't know. confetti. Isn't that cute? So we've got happy birthday is the big one and confetti is the mini one by Lollipop Yarn. So I treated myself to that, and I think that's adorable. I don't know when I'm going to cast it on, but sometime in the future you might see that. The other little treat I got for myself from Boxing Day is so I got this from the Creative Knitter store in Ontario. I ordered it online. It's a Rose Hill yarn sock set. And again, like, I don't really make many socks. I'm sure I could use it for something else if I really wanted to, but I thought, wouldn't those just be so pretty as socks? It's called Solar Wind, and it is a 75-25. So we'll see. That's my acquisition. Oh, I also have another acquisition. And I forgot to show you when I was talking about my purchase from the Knitting Loft. I got these little barber lace things from the Knitting Barber. I got the pink. So this is going to make it a lot easier to try on. My whip says I go. And the last thing I'm thinking of possibly casting on, I really want to make, and I purchased this pattern a while ago, the Everyday Slouchy hat by Dragon Horde Yarn, Tristan Molina. And I purchased this yarn, sorry for the crinkling, last spring with the intentions of making that specific pattern, but just haven't done it yet. So I have this fingering. So this is all from, this yarn is Huloko. So this is called Mum's the Word, and it's an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon fingering. And I paired that one, I got the baby Surrey alpaca. And that's called Mum the Word, Mum's the Word, Mum's the Word. I think that will be a pretty hat. Yeah. I just don't know which one I'm going to cast on first. And then this one, I also couldn't resist this color. What did they call this one again? Slay. Again, 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon fingering weight. Let me see if I can, oh, there. There you go, there you see the color. Okay, and again, with the Surrey alpaca in the same color. So those might go on the needle too. Sorry for the noise. Okay, let me just see if yeah, okay, finished on just. Okay, so life, oh, wait a minute. You know what I forgot to show you? And I really love it, and I'm proud of myself because this was a new to me thing. So Repeat Crafter Me is doing a square or rectangle, whatever you want, a crochet square or rectangle. It's more like a rectangle, one a month for the whole year, and they're all gnomes themed for each month. And then at the end of the year, you put them together and you get a gnome blanket. And I love gnomes. So I went through some boxes of yarn I had in the basement, and I found some Red Heart yarn from when I very first started. And I usually use it to make my kids like toys, stuffies, but I made this guy. And this was my first time ever doing a corner to corner crochet, even though I have crocheted for so many years. Look how cute he is. Come on, can you even? I'm really looking forward to having this whole entire gnome blanket, 12 gnomes, come on. So yeah, I didn't know how to do a corner to corner. I watched a tutorial from the crochet crowd. I used the same hook size she recommended in the pattern. The pattern is free on her blog. I grabbed whatever colors I had in my stash. I tried to keep it similar to how she had it designed. Hers had a bit of a lighter blue in the back and I only had this turquoise, so whatever, it works and I love it. If you're hearing some little growling or barking in the background, I'm sorry, that's my little dog Monkey. She must have seen someone walking by. Okay, I know what I wanted to talk about. So I'm planning on doing my podcast from where I'm sitting now, this little corner of this room, but it's kind of boring behind me, and I have some things that I had got and made to hang up behind to make it, you know, crafty, yarny. And the first thing I had done, oops, is I purchased this pattern last year from One Dog Wolf. It was the Monstera leaf, the crochet Monstera leaf. And I just took some scarfy yarn that I had in my stash and some, I don't remember what this was, Peyton's Roving, I think. Trying to use up whatever I had around. And I dropped one. So there's another one of this color. I just have to make one more. I can't remember which size. I think it was this one. And I was gonna hang them up behind me, like put them on a stick, like a wooden branch, and hang them at different heights for a little wall hanging. I mean, wouldn't that be cute? I don't know if it would be visible. Yeah, maybe over there. I don't know about behind me, but maybe there. I don't know. We'll see. And then I got this adorable sheep artwork. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Why? Why do I have the envelope, but the print isn't in here? I have the sticker it came with. It's the Grocery Girls as sheep. And I love the Grocery Girls and their podcast. I watch it all the time. So I ordered this print and they sent along this sticker to come with it. But where did I put the print? It's not in the envelope. Did I add it to one of these? No. Let me see. I have to find it. That's worrying me now. I hope. I mean, okay, it looks like this just as a print, but where could I have put it? So then I had also last year purchased these, and my thought was I want to hang the prints up, my little sheep prints behind me. So I have this beautiful one, and these are from Hello Stella Fibers. She was painting them last year. That's the pink one. And I got this purple guy. And I also got, okay, I don't want to take this guy out of the package. Should I? What's on the back? Oh, yes, I will, because there's two in here. Okay, so I got this beautiful guy who's standing this way. He's so cute with his little leaf wreath necklace thing. And then I got this adorable one with these beautiful colors. It's like rusty. Oh my goodness, I can't. So I really want to hang those up on the wall behind me. And then, you know, it'll look crafty, yarny, sheepy, all things I love. All right, so my friends, thanks for sticking with me. I have a little bit more still. I completely forgot that I made a tea and it's been sitting there the whole time. Okay, so just to fill you in on my Etsy shop a little bit, so this is what I make. little hand beaded treasures. Okay, my skin is really dry here. I should have a needle to hold these up on. One second. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll just put them on this. That was not planned, but okay. Let me put the stopper back on so that doesn't fall off. I'll just put a few on here to show you. So these are the things I make when I'm not knitting or crafting. And let me see. Where'd my rainbow go? Put some hearts. All right, that's I can't find my rainbows. Okay, I'll come a little closer. Let me put the stopper on. Here we go. So I make these adorable little hand beaded stitch markers. Here we go. So that is a toadstool. Right now this guy, oopsies, this little toadstool is in the shop as a set with a little matching red heart. Same red as the toadstool. Then I have this little bat, his little friend, pink guy. I had a pink one that just sold not too long ago. So here's the blue one. Oh, this is a fun one. A little sugar skull. And what do we have next? Oh, this beautiful fairy. I love her so much. And then we have, I think there's a set of hearts in the shop still. I think it's a black, the blush, and probably a lavender. I think I paired them together. There's some others in the shop, but anyways, that's what I do. That's what I do. I make little hand beaded treasures and put them in the shop every now and then whenever I've accumulated a few. So let me know if you like those. If you do, you can head over to the shop. I'll put the link in the description below if you hit the little downward chevron, and it will open up the description. I'll put the link. It's 4Hooks, 4Loves. So that's www.4hooks4loves.etsy.com. And the 4 is just the number 4. So that's just some of my beaded treasures. And how about a life update? So, okay, you've just gotten to know me, so not really an update, but some things that are going on for me. I love to craft, and I recently purchased a sewing machine. So it's still in the box. I wish I could have all the free time in the world. It's so hard when you have a little free time to choose, like, I always want to knit, but then I'm like, oh, but I really want to learn to sew, and I really want to do some bead weaving, and you know, it's a balance. So I bought a sewing machine, and I bought a whole bunch of fun fabric. So my plan is to tackle that and practice it, and ultimately my goal is to learn how to make some little bags that I can hold my projects in. I think I forgot to mention that this beautiful project bag was from the kitchen sink shop, from Garlene at the kitchen sink shop. Beautiful little llamas. And then this one is also from the kitchen sink shop, and it's sort of springy and summery with the lemonade. And so that's my plan. I don't know how the sewing's gonna go. Maybe I'll record myself trying to set it up and do a couple of things, and I'll attach it in. I don't know, no promises, we'll see. I think that's it as for life and projects. My plan for the rest of the day is preparing dinner and hopefully trying to learn how to use the sewing machine. And what have I been doing recently? Watching, oh my goodness, my husband and I finished watching Yellowstone just before, or just into the new year. We just finished, and I want to start it all over again. I love it so much. I can't wait for season 5. I can't wait. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, it's so good. I mean, Beth and Rip are just perfect to me. Just perfect. I love them so much. I recently just bought a t-shirt from a maker on Etsy in Canada, and it's like a blush color. I don't have it here right now. And it says, it's a big circle in the middle, and it says, sorta sweet, sorta Beth Dutton. I don't know if that's insulting myself or if that's clever, but oh, I love it so much, and I love her so much. Oh, the one-liners. It's just awesome. If you haven't seen it, give it a shot. And then recently I started watching Discovery of Witches, I think last week. And I really like that. It's not my husband's cup of tea, but I really like all of that sort of fantasy stuff. So I'm still season 1, I think around episode 7. I'm really into it so far. So I only kind of watch that when there's no one else around, because when my husband's home in the evening, we try to watch a show together. And so recently we just started Ozark, which everybody's been telling me about. So we're giving it a shot. We tried last year and we watched the first episode and we were like, it's kind of boring. So we didn't watch it. And then this year a couple days ago, we're like, let's try it again. Everyone's telling us about it. So we started it, and we're still on season 1. I think we are also around episode 6 or 7. And I'm enjoying it. We both are. It's still a little bit on the slow side, but I have heard that closer to the end of season 1 and then as of seasons 2, that it really picks up and becomes a little more sort of twisted, I guess. So that's where we are. And I'm not reading anything currently, but I do want to read the Nora Roberts, is it a trilogy? I think there's 3 books in it. Is it called Becoming or something like that? I've heard really good things about that. And I do want to read the whole series of like A Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't know when I'm going to get to read these, unless maybe if I do the audiobooks and listen to it while I knit. But when I knit, I like to watch podcasts. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, trying to find the time to do all the things is hard. But if I don't do them, I get sad. So I want to do all the things that I love. So my friends, if you've stuck around this long, thank you. I know I tend to chat a bit and I laugh and giggle a lot, but that's me, and I'm just trying to be real in front of you, and just hopefully you can see my love of the crafts come out. And ultimately that was my why for starting this. I just wanted something else to call my own, and I don't have anyone in my family or anyone close to me that knits or loves to as much as I do. And so for a long time, it was just me doing it, and I couldn't really share that passion with anyone. And then through Instagram, I was so lucky to find 3 incredible friends who are now friends, like not just yarn friends, not just IG friends, like real friends who live not too far from me. One is in Milton, one is in Brampton, one is in Oakville. Oakville? Yes, Oakville. Anyways, so you probably may have heard of them on Instagram, there's Tea Pray Crochet, that's Lisa. There's Jess and Crochet, that is Jess. And there's V Knit, and that is V. And the three of us met through Instagram and through April of OTH Crochet Nook. And April had put together something called Yarn versus Everybody, which is all us yarnies who live in and around the Toronto area would get together and meet on a larger scale every few months. And then some of us just, you know, we just sort of really got closer through that. And thanks to that, we got that opportunity. And it's amazing to have people in your life who share the same passion as you. So we don't get to see each other too often, especially with the pandemic and everything, but it's nice to be able to have friends who have the same hobbies as you. So we definitely love each other's company, and we're grateful to have met. And so that's sort of why I wanted to start this as well, just to continue sharing my passion for my crafts with this community, this incredible community, and hopefully get to meet more people and more of you, and get to know you and share a little bit of my life with you, and share my knits and share my crafts. And who knows, maybe we'll be friends one day. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for sticking around. It would be great if I could come and do this more and more often. I don't know how often I will be able to put out a video. I can't knit that fast, so I don't even know if every 2 weeks is feasible, but we'll see. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month from now, you might see me again. I'm not sure, but whenever it is, I hope you'll join me again. And I hope I kept you company for a little while. So with that, I'm gonna say goodbye. If you liked what you saw, if you want to see more, if you can hit that like button, if you could subscribe. My goodness, I can't even imagine if anyone would subscribe to me, but that would be amazing. Wouldn't my kids get a kick out of that, to see that their mom got people to subscribe? Anyways, oh, so next week is my birthday, and there'll probably be a sale going on in the shop. So maybe keep an eye out for that, and come say hi over on my Instagram page as well. That's at 4Hooks 4Loves. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Tell me where you're from. What should I do about Shawlography? And anything else I may have asked about. So hopefully it won't be too long till I see you again, my friends. And like and subscribe. Bye.